Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. We have a special guest with us. It's Bill Binney. You know him. He's been on the show before. He's an intelligence officer turned whistleblower who resigned from the NSA in 2001 after nearly 30 years with the agency. And since then, he's continued doing his own research elsewhere and has been correcting misinformation put out there by the intelligence agencies, especially in regards to WMDs and Russiagate. And today we're talking with him about the most recent occurrences. Please welcome back to the show. It's Bill Binney. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Jimmy. Thanks for having me back.
So some people were telling me that you had been reversing some of your conclusions about the alleged Russian hack of the DNC servers because there was some new Guccifer data that turned out to be falsified. Could you explain what's going on with that and what your new position is, if there is one?
Well, the only thing that's different with that new data, the fact is that the data went like this. There's Guccifer 2 or somebody representing him put the data out on the web for people to look at. There was a download he claimed that came across on the 5th of July, and another download that he claimed came across on the 1st of September of 2016. But if you looked at that data a little closer and you ignored the hour and the day and just looked at minutes, seconds, and milliseconds, you could take those two data sets and shuffle them like a deck of cards, and they'd fit together into one data set without conflict. So in other words, where the holes were in the other one, in one of the files, the other file fit in. So it was one continuous set of data. So that meant that Guccifer 2 was playing with the data. He did one download, split it into two files, and claimed he made two different hacks. I guess to say, basically saying the second hack occurred after you knew the first one did, and see, I can do anything, you can't stop me. So, that's my assumption. But the point is, those two files merged, and that means it's only one file, and Guccifer 2 totally is a fabrication. So that meant everything that he claimed had to be proven. First of all, by the speed, the download speeds, which were compatible with a thumb drive, but couldn't be accommodated by the net going across to Russia, across the Atlantic, or anywhere in Europe, really.
So you still, you still stand by that statement that?
Oh yeah, oh sure, absolutely.
Okay.
The only thing that's different is we can't say that it came down from the DNC. All we know is it's a fabrication. That means you got to prove everything that Guccifer 2 says he did. He's representing there,
and
including the timestamps, where it was done. We can prove forensically it was done locally. It was not a hack. We just don't know where local is. That's the only thing that's changed. The DNC is not there. We can't say it was done there.
So, and the reason why this is important that this Guccifer had fabricated data is because, correct me if I'm wrong, did Rosenstein and Mueller rely on that data when they did their indictments?
Yes, that's right. That's right up front in the indictment. The DC leaks and also Guccifer 2 are the main sets of evidence he's using. I mean, he's basing it on a fabrication. So his indictment is a fabrication. I would also point out, Jimmy, if you look, he claimed that this was proof that the Russians, the GRU, meddled in our voting and elections. But if you looked at all the laws that he's charging them with violations, the crimes were all under Code 18 codes, which are the standard criminal codes. The codes for voting and election crimes are all under 52 U.S. codes. The main one that I looked at was 10308, which covers all the crimes governing elections and voting. And he doesn't have one of those in there. There's not one. They're not charged with that.
And so what does that tell you?
It tells me he's charging spies with being spies. In other words, it means the Russian GRU is hacking everybody to get information. Well, that's what we do too. Yeah. So he's charging them for hacking, which means that we should expect all of our spies to be charged with the similar crimes by all the other countries in the world, because we do more spying and hacking than anybody.
So to me, that's exactly what I thought about this whole thing. It's like you're making an announcement that you had these Russian spies trying to hack into some, electronic data in the United States, and I'm like, well, I'm sure we're doing the same thing back to them. I mean, I know we had a tap on Angela Merkel's phone. I mean, we're spying on everybody. And so this is just, so what they're doing is they're taking stuff that is natural, matter of course stuff that spies do on a daily basis, and they're pretending like it's special, right?
That's right.
And so
that's exactly right.
To me, that's propaganda then, right? So,
Yep.
so,
Well, the whole thing was to interfere with the meeting in Helsinki.
so
That's basically what it was all about.
So okay, so when Chuck Schumer was on Rachel Maddow's show, Chuck Schumer warned Donald Trump not to mess with the intelligence community, and what he said was, if I would not mess with the intelligence community because the intelligence community has 6 ways to Sunday to mess with you back. So now my question to you, do you think that the timing of this, what we consider to be a completely bogus indictment because it's based on fraudulent data, and it doesn't even, it just talks about normal spy stuff. So do you think that the timing of this indictment was to screw with Trump and to undermine his meeting in Helsinki?
Well, I think that's absolutely the case. Yeah, the timing is just too convenient for them.
Right.
You know, it was to take away, to try to focus attention elsewhere by the American public. This is the whole idea of the intelligence community. They're trying to control the narrative that goes across the mainstream media and how people get their information and what information they get. I mean, even the companies are lining up with them to filter and censor people who aren't conforming to the general narrative that's acceptable by the government. I mean, you can see that with the Facebook,
yes,
blocking people and blocking information, and it's just a continuation of that. I think it was one of the directors of Central Intelligence who said they've been trying to infiltrate the mainstream media for decades, and he said, "Well, you'll know that we've succeeded once most of what is believed is false."
Yes, I've seen that quote myself. Yeah. Yes. So what I was going to say to you, so you're saying the intelligence community is trying to control the narrative on this Russiagate thing, and this indictment right before the Helsinki meeting with Putin, this was to undermine that and to control the narrative. And let me just say to you, it seems to be working like a charm, is it not?
It is. Yes, but it's even worse than that, though, Jimmy. This is what I told Director Pompeo when I met with him at the CIA. I said, your intelligence agencies are lying to you and the president and to this government. Really? And they're not telling you the truth. It's like, how do you get into weapons of mass destruction, slam dunk? That's a lie. Look at, these are all lies. They're not spying on U.S. citizens. That's a lie. Not spying on Congress. That's a lie. Brennan was doing it he got caught at it. That was the point. Spying on the Senate Intelligence Committee, doing their report on CIA torture.
Right.
So this is a whole series of lies, and they're just trying to manipulate the entire government. This is why I call them the Praetorian Guard. They want to determine who the emperor is and what the emperor does.
So what is it that they want Trump to do? It seems like he's doing their bidding. The military-industrial complex seems to be humming right along. They increased the budget even. So, and he's bombing in Yemen. He's doing the bidding of Israel and Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So what is it that he's not doing that they want him to do? Is it still Syria?
No. The new thing is Russia, a new Cold War. That means a few more trillions of dollars into the coffers. That's the big swindle.
So this is just to reignite a Cold War so we can up the military spending permanently. That's all this is.
That's it.
So this is exactly what Eisenhower warned us against, correct?
Yes, it is.
And so why do you think... Go ahead.
And I was saying behind the shadow government, which is what this is, all the agencies and so on getting together, is the deep state. That's the military-industrial intelligence complex. And all the banking is a part of that, and even the technology people are now part of that too. All the internet service providers and the telecommunications companies are part of it. So this is this deep state that's driving the money push for money, more and more money to make more and more contracts from government, more and more control. I keep saying this whole thing boils down to 3 words: power, control, and money. And that's what's been that's what's been governing the way people act internally in the agencies. I mean, they even lie within the agencies to manipulate and move money around, and they lie from agency to agency to get the one agency gets above or has an advantage over another, and therefore can say, "I need more money," And even within the government, the people in Congress are giving out money according to how many people put some military base or some kind of facility that brings money into their constituents area. So they can say, we brought this in here, and now you get more jobs, more everything here. So we're helping out our community here. So reelect me. That's the whole point. That's how it spins up.
Yeah. Yes. So. Boy, this is super depressing because it doesn't seem like it's going to go away. And it doesn't seem like the people who could, there's no reporter at the New York Times that's going to write a story that's going to talk about what you're talking about right now. There's no host at MSNBC who's going to actually tell the truth about this Russiagate investigation. Are you surprised at that?
No, because for me, from what I've seen, is they've successfully been infiltrated and threatened by the shadow government. It's just like Schumer warned. They're threatened too.
Oh, no kidding. So you think people like Rachel Maddow and Chris Hayes and Lawrence O'Donnell, they're also threatened?
Oh, indirectly, yeah. I mean, they're afraid of them too. I mean, that's why I shared the diagram of all the tap points for the Fairview program that NSA has. That's AT&T's tap points. And it goes right across the country, But I can't get any mainstream media to show it on television because then people would see this is an obvious lie that they're after foreigners. They're after us, and those tap points show that. It's not. I mean, they're afraid to show anything that isn't amenable to the line from the intelligence agencies and the general narrative out of the government.
Thanks for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed. Even if you think you are, you're probably not. It only takes a second to check, and then you have to ring that bell so they send you a notification when we drop a new video. Otherwise, they won't tell you when we drop new videos. And if you like our show, please help support it. Become a patron. We give you hours of bonus material every week, and we give a live stream. We do a live stream every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific time when you could ask us questions, and we answer them back. Thanks for your support.